You're watching The Agenda. We take you to the east of Johannesburg now, where EFF leader Julius Malema is currently addressing the party, which is gathering in Kempton Park. We take you there live.
Of many generations that came before us of demanding the land and the dignity of African people. We are here to continue the struggle of the 34 mine workers which were killed in Marikana. As we remember them, we ought to answer the question as to what do we do to continue the ideas of Mambush, which wanted to ensure that the workers in the mines get proper salaries that will bring back the dignity of African people. This EFF was formed as a result of consensus reached by the working class, as a desire for our people for freedom, for humanity and for prosperity. The security guards, the domestic workers, the petrol attendants, the mine workers, and all the dispossessed masses of our people reached consensus that there must be a political organization formed 10 years ago which will respond to the needs of our people. And all of that was actioned here in Gauteng. The question, what is to be done, was answered here in Gauteng at the women's prison, at the Shaft 17, at Uncle Tom's Hall, at Sebokeng, where the masses of our people gathered and said, yes, we must form an organization that will continue the struggle of those who came before us. So the celebration of 10 years of the existence of the EFF at the FNB Stadium, it is not a mistake, because Gauteng remains the home of the EFF. Gauteng remains the only province that continues to be the biggest feeder of EFF voters. So as you sit here, you must know that you play an important role in the life of the EFF. 26 July movement inspired by Fidel Castro and Che Guevara. EFF at Emperor's Palace. I thought they made a mistake. I was like, Emperor's Palace? The EFF meeting at Emperor's Palace. Because I was reminded that we have had to fight and beg for venues 10 years ago. Yes. That we have had to ask pastors to accommodate us in their churches. As I was driving here, I'm reminded of those days that the EFF can have a meeting at Emperor's Palace. And I'm reminded that there was a guy here called Mampur, who was at the forefront of finding us venues here in Ikuruleni at that time. And I hope that the EFF hasn't abandoned him, because the EFF must not be a pig and swallow its own children. As we gather here to celebrate 10 years of the existence of the EFF, we must remind ourselves of where we come from and who was there with us during those discussions. Because if we forget who we are and forget our people, who made us who we are, were going to be hijacked by opportunists of note and distort the struggle of the EFF. As I drive here to celebrate with you 10 years of the existence of the EFF, I'm reminded of Metlaring. And I can't go without seeing the face of Mampur, as we're leading that struggle to make sure that that stadium becomes full to capacity. So we need to answer the question as to who are we? When we speak of Johannesburg Stock Exchange, they know the EFF because we're there to represent the interest of our people. When we speak about the Union Building, when you speak about ESCOM, when you speak about the Reserve Bank, when you speak about Chamber of Mines, when you speak about the legislature that was occupied by the EFF to bring to light that the EFF should be allowed to enter that legislature with the workers' clothes, we ought to answer the question, where were you at that time? When the SABC refused to televise the events of the EFF, when we were forced to go and expose an illiterate Claudi at the SABC, who was there? As you meet here at Emperor's Palace, you must answer the question, does the EFF have an office in Soweto, in Alexander, in Tembisa, in Atteridgeville, Mamelodi, Sebokeng? Do we have offices where our people can easily walk in and tell us their problems? Or do we only exist in the suburbs of white people and do not find expression where our people are? These branches that we lead, that have elected us, are they real branches or are they bogus branches? And if they are bogus branches, will these branches ever deliver victory of the EFF come 2024? Because if you launch bogus branches and lie to the organization, you must know that you are setting up the organization for failure come 2024. Because the ANC here in Gauteng leads with 50.1%. The ANC was rejected here in Gauteng. And the ANC, the new leadership of the ANC in Gauteng, has gone on a very aggressive campaign. They have now hired 3,000 safety officers, 6,000. They now want to hire another 6,000 of cleaners. Those are not employees. Those are the ground forces of the ANC in preparation of 2024. Because they know that they are leading with borrowed times. And the weak EFF, which has declined votes here in Gauteng, as demonstrated by Ipsos in the last national plenum, will not shake the ANC come 2024. So we must, here and now, find a strategy within which we're going to remove the ANC completely or we're going to bring it below 40%, because our people cannot continue with the pain called the ANC, and you must be the solution. I mean, I sit here And I still listen to reports that there are councillors in Ekurhuleni who don't go to council. And the deputy president tells me that there are 2 councillors in Ekurhuleni who don't go to council. There have been a problem. I said to him, why are you telling me that? Why do you still have them as councillors? Why can't you remove them and bring Mampuru if he's not in the council?